Hi, this is a video response for Nimble Wick. I saw your video about the basically kindred spirits, twin flames, and soulmates, and you were kind of sharing a little bit of your story, and then you asked, how do we believe in it? How do we feel about it? I totally believe in soulmates, totally. I also believe that you can have more than one. One thing that I've always done, and I've used also even in my readings, is I've used numerology. You can actually use numerology for a lot of things, astrology too, but numerology is very interesting to me. I've been studying it for a few years now, and I love it. Even with a lot of other things, you can use numerology. I use numerology to pick out my house, pick out my condo. I use it for a lot of things. It's really cool because you can use numerology basically to predict things, your current relationships, your past relationships, your future relationships. And like I said, it's very interesting because, you said you had been married twice. I've been married 3 times. My first husband was my kid's dad, and we were just really young. I've been on my own since I was 14, and I married him with my daughter. And not with my daughter, but for my family, and we got married and we fell in love, and we did the whole romance book shit because we flew to Dominican Republic, and it's beautiful over there, so we were on the oceans, and his family loved me and I loved them, and I was basically raised with them, and we were very young, and I can't say that was my soulmate because he wasn't my soulmate at all. He was just, I was mass in love with him. It was kind of that first love kind of thing, and then I ended up having a kid with him, and now we have a really good relationship. We're very close. We've always been very close. I would fight for that dude. That's just my baby's dad. So I don't know, but it was awesome because I really had that whole romance, puppy dog love, all of that I went through with him, and I couldn't have picked anybody better. So I do believe that I have a soulmate, basically. My last husband, it makes me sound like a crazy lady. My last husband, basically, I believe that I've been with him in my past lives. The problem is that our relationships are so unhealthy that we end up splitting, and this time I had to make a choice. But have you ever met somebody and you just know them? You know them inside out. You care about everything. Any little thing that they do wrong, you will take up for, or anything that is not normal to somebody else, that's your road dog. I have that. But we haven't been together in 2 years. I hate throwing my personal stuff out there, but we haven't been together in 2 years. He was trying to get with me for 12 years. When I was married with my other husband, he was actually, trying to get at me, and he tried to get at me in my younger years, and we kept kind of walking past each other. And then I don't know, when we finally did get married and settle down, it was crazy because it didn't even last a month. He's very physical abusive. He's a drunk, and he's very, I don't know, his bad made my bad come out, and you need somebody that you can meet on level playing grounds where you both complement each other, and he just didn't compliment me or my family or my kids. Now if I was single and with him, it would have been perfect because that was just my road dog. Anything I could think of, he knew me inside and out. I didn't even have to ask for the things that I wanted. He already knew them. He knew if I took onions, if I didn't, if I took strawberries, if I didn't, if I'm going to flip out. He worked with my personality more than anybody in my life that I've ever met. If I was sick, he was there. He's still there. Now, this is one thing that's very interesting about brujas or witches, is that when you actually connect with somebody and you get with somebody, they are always going to have a connection with you for life. I don't know what it is, but when you sleep with a witch, you stay in love for the rest of your life if you do end up falling in love with that person. My daughter's even asked me if I have a love spell on myself because there's 3 main people in my life, even the one tattooed on my arm. But there's 3 main people that have been in my life that will always be there. They're not going anywhere. We're not separating. We're not nothing. They're always there. But my last husband, the one that I honestly think was my soulmate, that I could get married again, I can meet somebody, I can fall in love, I can do all that, but it doesn't mean that you were my soulmate, that we were just, kindred spirits, and we just, everything was a connection between us. Like, that person came around and I just lit up. Like, I could be with that person, I could be away from that person, and I just stress out. And I do believe that that happens for some people, and I always tell people, there is somebody out there for someone. Everybody. I don't care how ugly you are. I don't care how pretty you are. I don't care what you are. There's that one person out there that was meant for you, that you've had in your past lives. But yeah, my ex, it was just so violent. It was so violent. He went to jail. My main reason for leaving him was because I couldn't accept the way he acted, or the things that he did went against my system, my belief system, my spirituality, my everything. It just went against me, and I wasn't a better person being with him. He ripped me down and always tried and it wasn't that he was even trying to. He really did love me, and he still loves me. He still calls to this day, but I just can't be with him. For some reason, being around him makes the bad in me come out. Like, the worst you could possibly be, it makes it come out. And so I distant myself from him. Plus, he tried to make me make a choice between him and my children. And I'm very family-oriented. You guys know how I am. I'm mommy. And I will not choose any man over my children. Now, he has called me and has been like, I am so sorry. Like, I realize what I did, and I'm sorry. So, and then he's even said, whoever gets with you, they need to realize that you got a really strong relationship with your children, and nobody's going to come in between that. And that's the problem with me, is I get with somebody, not these, I'm not a whore, but I get with a guy, and then they end up falling so deeply, madly in love with me, and then and they always go faster than me. I'm not up to speed where they're at. It takes me a long time. And then they get to a point where they're jealous of everything, everybody, and then it's exhausting. When it's exhausting, the relationship's booty. So I don't know, but one really good thing, even in my readings, when I do readings, especially that have to do with relationships, I use numerology. And if you use numerology, go get a good book. If you don't know how to do it, but go get a good book. If you use it and use your past name, the one you were born with, and then use your name, if you're about to get married, use that man's name and do a whole reading on yourself, and you'll see how compatible you guys are going to be in the past and the future, the present. It's mind-blowing. It's like major mind-blowing to me. But like I said, I do believe we have more than one. Numerology, how it works is you have a life path number. It's derived from your birthday, and the most important number in your numerology chart. It's so funny because I think that numbers have a magical way. They're magically, I don't know, they have a magical potential together, is what I guess I'm trying to say. Certain life path numbers. I am like really sick today, so excuse me, but I'm trying to get this out to you. But yeah, you have certain life path numbers, and it's really cool. And and you asked me, hey, how can I learn about the other numbers in my chart? Well, there's 4 core numbers besides your life part. I can't talk today. My mouth is just numb. Besides your life path numbers, there's the heart's desire, natural talent, personality, and your basic approach to everyday life. And you can get all of this from numbers and your life path, your birth date, your maiden name, which the name that you were born with, and then actually do one on the name that you're going to use, or if you're dating somebody, and it really works. I love customized numerology reports. I love them because it's always interesting seeing how they're going to work, how they work with that name, and they're usually really long and detailed, and I mean, they amaze me for some reason. You get to look at your past, your present, you're looking at your past relationships, your future relationships. It all comes out in numerology, so it's kind of interesting. And there actually is a pattern there, so it's really cool to actually look at. But yeah, I mean, like as far as a soulmate or anything like that, even when I married my last husband, I did Catherine Martin. I broke it all down. I did a report on myself and on him, even when we started dating, and this was over a course of 12 years. I actually did his name, his birth date. I did everything. I mixed everything together. I just wanted to know everything. And I know that he was in my past lives. I've always told him that. I'm like, we're connected the rest of our life. You've been in my past. You're in my future. Like every lifetime, we try to make it better, and it just doesn't work. And it's ridiculous because you would think that it would work, you know. He just isn't where I needed him to be in my life, especially now, like right now. And it's so funny you said this, because I don't know exactly what I want in a partner, but I know what I don't want. And that's very interesting. I know it's crazy. Now, your life path number is 1 through 9. Your master numbers are 11, 22, and 33. And basically those have extra strength. They're like for the greater potential. Your master numbers have more challenges, and but at the same time, they have more challenges in life, but at the same time, they have the greatest potential, the master numbers. So I would always look at relationships, their numbers, my numbers, their birth date. So when you do meet people, always ask them for their birth date, you know, especially if it's a guy, that's their main name, unless they've changed it before. But yeah, so I was just making a comment. I do believe in soulmates, kindred spirits, all that. I do believe that you've got somebody on this earth walking around, and it's always really important not to get with Mr. Wrong, because Mr. or Miss Right might come along, then you miss it. So yeah, that's my video response to you. You have blessings and have a really good day. Sorry, I'm kind of out of it right now, but thanks for that topic. It was really cool. Bye.